Federal funding for Jacksonville's Emerald Trail project has been cut as a part of the nation's budget bill. Good afternoon. I'm Tanika Hughes in for Emily Turner. $147 million of federal grant money would have gone to the trail that starts in Brooklyn, goes through La Villa, and connects to the existing line rail train. Now, Action News Jax state and local government reporter Jake Stofan is live in La Villa. And Jake, the money would have gone to finish at least 5 of the trail's 10 planned segments.
Well, not only that, but this would have been the largest federal grant ever awarded to the city of Jacksonville. Now, those funds would have gone towards 15 miles of the 30-mile urban trail that's intended to connect neighborhoods, schools, parks, and more throughout the city. Groundwork Jacksonville and JTA released a joint statement following the revelation $147 million in federal grant money intended to complete the Emerald Trail had been slashed in the reconciliation bill. The organizations say they're, quote, extremely disappointed with the decision. None of the $147 million has been awarded yet, but it would have gone towards the completion of roughly half of the trail. While there's partial funding secured for 2 of the 5 remaining segments, JTA and Groundwork Jacksonville say they'll need to find other ways of securing the funds to complete the remaining 15 miles, saying, quote, this includes reapplying under federal grants that align with the vast economic development impact that this project provides. It's unclear whether the loss of federal funds may impact the project's 2031 completion date, but Mayor Donna Deegan is optimistic the city will be able to get the funding back.
We are told we can reapply under an economic development grant, which we will work with our partners, Representatives Rutherford and Bean, to get done.
And coming up here on Action News Jackson 5, we'll hear directly from Congressman John Rutherford, as well as the project's backers, about the potential path forward. For local coverage you can count on, live in La Villa, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Jax.
A live look at downtown Jacksonville. Bay Street is back open after a cave-in, and if you look in the center of your screen, you see that black patch, that rectangle there. That is where the work happened. JEA said it would take all week to finish this, but you can see it's done ahead of schedule. The cave-in happened just before 11 Sunday. JEA says a sewer pipe failed. Jacksonville police say they arrested a man who shot and killed an 18-year-old woman at a party. JSO announced that Stephon Smith is facing charges accused of shooting Zaria Randall multiple times early Saturday morning on Rover Road on the west side. Investigators say a fight broke out at a party. Right now, Clay County leaders are meeting to vote on raising taxes on electric and gas costs for homeowners. In just minutes, Action News Jack's Finn Carlin reports that everyone who spoke up at today's workshop was against the idea.
Many of these people say that they're on a fixed income, which means that a higher tax would take away more of the limited amount of money that they have to spend every month. And an increase would put the tax on Clay County's utilities as high as Florida law allows it to go.
I mean, we don't mind doing our share, but neither do we want to eat cat food.
No matter which way they said it,
I usually come here and pat you on the back. Today I'm a little upset.
All of these people had the same message.
This is not right.
They don't want higher taxes.
And it's so hard to survive in this economy.
Clay County is considering raising what it calls the public service utility tax from 4% to 10%. Every person to speak at the County Commission's workshop this morning spoke against it.
First thing is I recommend that every one of you say no to the 6% increase.
The tax at risk of being raised is what the county puts on electric and gas bills for Clay County homeowners. The increase may be by 6%, but it would make this tax more than double what it is now. The county says the tax has stayed at 4% of the price of the electric and gas bill for more than 20 years. These people are worried driving it up would drive them out.
There's a lot of people in Clay County that are really living on the edge.
The county says raising the tax would allow it to make $7.5 million extra dollars to go toward its budget. County leaders say some of the money would go toward public safety services like the sheriff's office, without saying exactly how much. The county uses Clay Electric to provide power to homes, which says the higher tax would add $6 to the average monthly bill.
But the tax, we can't afford it.
It's an added price these people aren't hoping to pay.
And this really hurts our area.
Clay County leaders are set to make a vote on the possible higher tax during the Board of County Commissioners meeting inside the Clay County Administration building in Green Cove Springs this afternoon. The vote is expected to happen as early as 5 o'clock. We have a link for you to watch the meeting live on actionnewsjax.com. For local coverage you can count on in Clay County, Finn Carlin, Action News Jax.
Duval County Schools celebrating a record year after receiving its first A grade in history. This morning, district leaders recognized schools that jumped grades, and there are a few with some of the greatest improvements. Annie R. Morgan Elementary went from an F to a C. Northwestern Legends Elementary went from a D to a B, and Long Branch also went from a D to a B. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis visited Jacksonville yesterday to congratulate the district. Superintendent Dr. Christopher Bernier made it clear that the success of the district was a team effort. Coming up at 5 on Action News Jax, hear from parents and students who made achievements in school. Well, it is official. Dr. Brennan Asplin, now the new superintendent in St. Johns County. He was sworn in during this morning's school board meeting. He started July 1st after signing a 3-year deal. The school board approved his $225,000 a year contract last month. Rapper Lil Duval explaining why the Duval Day concert was canceled. It was supposed to happen at the VyStar Arena on Friday night. Well, today on Instagram, the rapper said that people weren't buying enough tickets. Ticketmaster says the tickets will be refunded. Lil Duval says the block party set for Saturday is going to happen. He plans to hold contests and says that they will have prizes as well, giving away money. Well, in 2 hours, Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters will host his first town hall in District 6. Part of the conversation will be about more crime-stopping resources, and tonight's meeting will be at the Church of 1122 in North Jacksonville. That campus at 6 o'clock. The sheriff will be visiting 6 districts, and you can find all the times and the locations on our website at actionnewsjax.com. Well, developing now, a Clay County fire rescue engineer and his search K-9 are in Austin, Texas, to join in the search for victims in the deadly floods there. This is engineer John Long and Officer Cable. Now, 109 people have died as we are on the 5th day of search and rescue. The United States Secretary of Homeland Security says that they are looking for little girls and other family members that were camping along the Guadalupe River. Officials in Kerr County, Texas say they are not focused on the timeline of events from early last Friday morning or whether more could have been done to alert the public as floodwaters rose rapidly.
This team up here is focused on bringing people home. That's our focus. All those questions will be answered, but the priority right now is bringing people home.
5 campers and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic are still missing, and it's unclear how many people in total are unaccounted for.
It's hard to know that number.
Brian Chris Embury's search and rescue team has assisted in the recovery of 17 bodies. He keeps the families in mind while digging through mountains of debris along the Guadalupe River.
You know, I've had a lot of people come up to me that have lost their children and their loved ones and thanked me, and it's hard to even hear that because they have closure, but we haven't pulled anybody out alive yet, and that's tough.
President Trump and the First Lady will visit this devastated area Friday and survey the damage. They praised the rescue and response efforts.
I think a lot of lives have been saved. That could have been as bad as it was, and you could have lost double or triple. This thing was just really horrible.
For the Sell family, whose 2 daughters were at a summer camp not far from Mystic, they're just happy to be reunited.
I had to wait a minute for them to hug their mom first. I'm kind of chopped liver, but ultimately when I did get the hugs, they were really sweet.
Donations have poured in from around the world. Volunteers say they'll be here to help as long as there are those in need. And Georgia Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones has entered the gubernatorial race as the 2nd Republican. He's facing Republican Attorney General Chris Carr. On the Democratic side, you can see on your screen 4 candidates: former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, Senator Jason Estevez, State Representative Derek Jackson, and former church pastor Oluwemi Brown. A man on death row for Jacksonville murders is on track to be executed 1 week from today. In the last 40 minutes, we learned that his appeal was denied. Michael Bell killed a couple in Moncrief in 1993. Ahead of his planned execution, religious leaders are marching to the state capitol in an effort to delay his death. They'll also be marching for another man set to be executed at the end of the month. If both are killed, the state would break a modern record of 8 executions set in 1984 and in 2014.
I'm here this morning as a citizen of Florida, as a concerned citizen of the dramatic increase in the signing of death warrants and executions that are currently happening in our state.
Florida has executed 113 people since 1976, and there are currently 269 people on Florida's death row. A river taxi that disappeared from the South Bank was found in Arlington. The taxi named Rudy disappeared last night around 10:30. The owner believes the boat was untied and then drifted away. Coming up on Action News Jax at 6, we talked to the boat's owner about who they think may have untied their boat. Many summer travelers are coming to Jacksonville and they're adding some litter to our local areas. Action News Jax traffic anchor Bethany Reese asked transportation officials in Florida about who's going to pick up all the trash.
When we collect trash, it always kind of ends up in the same spots.
Meg Ross with the Florida Department of Transportation says they routinely pick up litter in our area, but it seems to be never ending.
In 2023, in Jacksonville alone, it was 39% more trash that we saw collected versus Broward County.
And in 2025, FDOT says Jacksonville is already piling up with litter.
Through March, we've collected 237 tons of trash from the interstates, and that's equivalent to about 28 school buses.
The impact is more than just a visual one.
There's multiple different impacts that can come from litter, whether it's economic impacts, loss of tourism, taxpayer dollars.
Yes, your money pours into this cleanup. That's why FDOT hopes more groups will step up to help with the Adopt a Highway or Adopt a Trail program.
Volunteers will get a 2-mile stretch of road. It's a 2-year commitment.
FDOT provides all the supplies, safety equipment, and signage. You just have to show up.
We should take pride in Jacksonville, and we should take pride in the way that our city functions, the way it looks, and how safe it is ultimately.
For local coverage you can count on, I'm Bethany Reese, Action News Jax.
Jacksonville officially launched the city's swag store. The online store offers official merchandise to support local initiatives. Right now, people can buy items to support Mayor Donna Deegan's River City Readers Literacy Program and the I Dig Jax infrastructure campaign. The city says the store is a way for locals and visitors to show their pride for Jacksonville while helping the city grow and develop.
This is not just any merch store. It is a celebration of everything that makes Jacksonville bold, creative, and uniquely us.
To commemorate the moment, the city is hosting a scavenger hunt right now. The mayor says they will post clues where people can find these mini Rex statues all around town. There are 5 of them up for grabs. This is a look at the website. You can see the different items that people can buy. We put a link to the shop on our website, actionnewsjax.com.
I'm First Alert Meteorologist Trevor Gibbs, tracking a few thunderstorms this afternoon, seen nicely from our St. Augustine Skycam, where these are going and when we see more rain. Coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Coming up new on CBS 47, Fox 30 Action News Jax at 5. Someone filed taxes in a woman's name. How scammers are getting a hold of your sensitive information. And next at 4, change is on the way for air travelers, what you may not have to remove and what you should take out of your bag at the airport. A live look out at Jacksonville International Airport, where passengers may be soon seeing some changes to air travel. The Transportation Security Administration is going to be phasing out its nearly 20-year policy requiring travelers to remove their shoes. Now, this is going to be a slow rollout happening at just some airports across the country. As for Florida, that includes Fort Lauderdale International Airport. Now, this policy went into effect in 2006, several years after a man tried to blow up an American Airlines plane with hidden explosives in his shoe. Now, changes are also being made to portable batteries on planes. That is because they contain the lithium-ion batteries, and they can heat up quickly and can catch fire. Southwest Airlines says that if you are using them, they must be in plain sight and inside the cabin. Overseas carriers have banned the batteries inside of the cabin completely. Just yesterday, a Delta Airlines flight heading to Fort Myers was diverted because a lithium battery exploded in a passenger's bag. New at 4, former 16 and pregnant star, you can see here, is facing involuntary manslaughter charges in Georgia. This is Whitney Blake Purvis. She was arrested in connection to a deadly drug overdose. She's accused of giving a man tranq. Purvis's arrest comes a little more than a month after her 16-year-old son, Weston, died. The family says it's because of an illness, but they are waiting for an autopsy. She was in the first season of that MTV series. Covering Clay County now, where officials are teaming up for a realistic training exercise at the fairgrounds tomorrow. So there will be heavy law enforcement presence. You may hear some loud noises. That training will begin at 9 a.m. We are bringing you information on products and how you can save some money. Here is local steals and deals.
As a longtime host on a national TV shopping channel, I was not allowed to say favorite products because, you know. But this one I made an exception for. This is Campanelli's Pro Series Stain Remover. It is the best carpet cleaner on the market. And I should know because I am a pet mom extraordinaire with about 30 pets at my house. And nothing gets pet stains out and odors like this product right here. And all you do is point and shoot. I'm not bending over. I am not scrubbing and rubbing. I'm not on my hands and knees. I'm not really doing anything at all but spraying from the hip. And this makes stains absolutely disappear. How? Because it removes and separates the stain from the carpet, then it emulsifies it so it doesn't come back and it doesn't smell. All you're going to do is the next time you normally would vacuum your carpet, you'll vacuum up any hidden residue that might be there. It's not a soap, so it doesn't magically make the stain reappear. It's not icky and mushy. It is a wonderful non-bleach product, so it's safe on all of your carpets. And it's also a great laundry pre-treat too. So if you got lipstick on your collar, you can make it disappear. And right now, we're offering 30% off on a 2-pack of Campanelli Pro Series Stain Remover. Head to localsteals.com for this exclusive offer.
Tracking a couple of thunderstorms on this Tuesday afternoon, especially in Clay and St. Johns counties. Bulk of Georgia is dry, and even Duval County fairly dry now after a midday and early afternoon thunderstorm that moved through. Now the focus is in central and eastern Clay County into central and parts of eastern St. Johns County as well here, with a storm that's slowly moving and kind of focusing near the St. Johns River near Green Cove Springs, where there's some very heavy rain and lightning as well. That stretches west towards Penny Farms, and so that's going to be slowing the commute for sure, especially on I-95 right now near World Golf Village, where there's some heavy rain. Not much lightning in this part of the storm, but certainly some rain out towards A1A and South Ponte Vedra Beach, just north of Turtle Shores International Golf Parkway, seeing some of that rain as well. The strongest part of this storm near Green Cove Springs is moving to the east and southeast, so that puts it near the Shands Bridge pretty soon. Bayard around 422. Piccolata 439 if it holds together, crosses the river, but you can see more of that rain already ahead of the strongest part of that storm. And then the area of rain stretching from I-95 out towards A1A, that's moving east-northeast and pushing offshore. Jacksonville northward is dry right now. You can see that sea breeze making its way inland in Camden County, but not triggering off any thunderstorms right now, and expecting to see a lot of dry time for the remainder of the day. But there will at least be a couple of storms around the next couple of hours. Seen nicely here from our St. Augustine Skycam on the First Alert Skycam network. This is that downpour that's moving through South Ponte Vedra Beach and pushing offshore, and you can see those sheets of heavy rainfall coming out of the clouds. So take it easy on the roads as you encounter some of that rain this afternoon. It is going to cool temperatures off. You can kind of see that stripe of orange here in the temperature map where it is cooler thanks to the rain, but where it's not, 96 in Waycross, 90 for Lake City, 90 in Jacksonville, and 92 in Brunswick. Today's the 57th 90-degree day thus far this year, so getting ever so closer to that annual average of 82, which we are all but certain to beat that as we continue to see 90s in that extended forecast. Here it is hour by hour through this evening in Jacksonville. Can't totally rule out another shower or storm to develop later on tonight, so just keep an ear out if you're out and about and you hear thunder. Head inside, but overall a lot of dry time. Temperatures cooling off through the 80s overnight and then the 70s after midnight. A quiet start to your Wednesday with more showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon. So the warmest time of the day tomorrow for many spots, likely to be towards the middle of the day, because then rain and storm activity in the afternoon will tend to cool things down. By 5 p.m., pretty good coverage of storms, especially near the Florida-Georgia border. That shifts south with time. And this would be showing pretty widespread rain tomorrow afternoon if this verifies, with temperatures that'll be in the 70s pretty early tomorrow thanks to the rain and cloud cover. And we'll do it again on Thursday with temperatures that start off in the 70s, warming up to near 90 degrees and more afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Coverage of rain stays pretty elevated the next couple of days. It'll dip Friday and Saturday before picking back up on Sunday. Your weekend always in view in that 7-day forecast, showing the heat and humidity going nowhere anytime soon. 90s each afternoon with at least a chance of storms each day. Some neighborhoods over the next week could pick up 2 to 4 inches of rain. That latest forecast there online, actionnewsjax.com, and in the App Store with our free First Alert weather app.
Coming up, the Jags have released the schedule for open practices when fans can check out their favorite players. The Jags just released the schedule for open practices. The team has been on vacation since the conclusion of the OTAs and mandatory minicamp. The rookies report to training camp July 19th. The veterans head back July 22nd. And fans will be able to see the players July 23rd through the 29th, and then August 3rd and 5th. People will be able to go for free, but you do need a ticket. Ticket registration opens tomorrow at noon for season ticket members and at 1 for the general public. New at 4, there's an investigation into a recall of Ram pickup trucks. The recall issued nearly 8 years ago was over the trucks rolling away unexpectedly and is now being investigated if the recall repairs actually even fix the problem. This is after 20 incidents after the repair that led to a crash, fire, and injuries. Ram is cooperating with the investigation. Covering Glenn County, Summer Waves Water Park officially designated as a certified autism center. The designation is awarded to organizations whose staff complete training to better support and assist autistic visitors and their families. The park says that this ensures every guest feels welcome and comfortable. And another look at the forecast now with Trevor.
Yeah, Tanika, a lot of lightning near Green Cove Springs with some heavy rain as well over the St. Johns River, moving into parts of St. Johns County with some heavy rain near World Golf Village as well. So take it easy on the roads. Still isolated coverage of those storms, but could see a few more through the remainder of this afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us today at 4. There's much more ahead on Action News Jax at 5. An arrest has been made in a 4th of July shooting. The app that led investigators to the suspect.